Hello ladies and gentlemen, Green here, and we got the exact abilities and passives of Meeting Wonder Woman released. They're going to be worded as maxed, and they're going to be available word by word. I'll most likely, if I don't forget of course, as usual, I'll most likely put what I'm reading here and what I'm able to look at here on the screen as well for you to be able to also read. So first of all, we're going to take a look at her passives, and then we're going to take a look at her special attacks. The first class is going to be Athena's Power. So Athena's Power will grant Wonder Woman, actually only her team it says, but I think it includes her as well. It will grant them plus 50% attack and plus 30% defense when they get below 50% of their total health. And it says it stacks up to 3 times. The thing that it says it stacks, it means that it can be used on a multiple character multiple times. And you might be like, well, Sigvald, how can a character get multiple times after under 50% health? To get multiple times after under 50% health, you need to like lose 50% health and heal back up. And honestly, I have one word for this. Like, this is first of all going to be amazing in Arena and Champions Arena because of Firebox. Like, you're going to equip Firebox on your damage dealer, let's say, and he's just going to get buffed as soon as he gets below 50% health, and if he gets low, he's going to get healed back up by the Firebox, and you'll be able to proc this buff again. So this is amazing for Arena and Champions Arena. Now, an interesting thing about this is when it comes to actual raids and soul raids, because it depends how usable this will be. Like in soul raids, I'm not sure how usable this will be because you'll need to get your character damaged over and over again to get this working, but at the same time you need to make sure that your character does not get straight away one-shotted, and the difference between getting to 50% health and getting to 0 health can be quite tricky, but some people might be able to work this around. And this is also interesting in terms of normal rates, because in terms of normal rates we have the All Blades, but the question is how do we get multiple times back up to full health while using the All Blades? Well, first of all, there's Shazam. Like, I could see a team maybe where there's King with All Blades, Shazam as the combo builder, and this Wonder Woman, and Shazam, let's say, has to do a special tree to heal King back up again. Not sure if that's going to be optimal, but what could really happen, and this might be a very interesting theme, what could really happen is going to be this being in a League of Anarchy team. Because the League of Anarchy team has Joker, who's going to run Tab, and he's going to take constant damage from Tab. It's going to be pretty easy for him to get below 50% health, and at the same time, it's going to be pretty easy for him to get higher than 50% health because it will have Entangling Poison Ivy to heal him. Now, the true question is, this will take, of course, a lot of setup, and he will lose the damage buff for the first duration of the... Actually, he will not lose because I think you can kill her off straight away just as you do with Just Like Flash, since I don't think she needs to be alive to activate this buff. But it would be really interesting to see if she actually works in that League of Anarchy team. But at the same time, you need to kind of keep Joker a little bit in the fight to get below that 50% health so he does not get healed before he gets there. That would be something to really look forward. The last thing that I want to mention about this is that it's going to be attack. So when something in Just Mobile says attack, it will say base attack. Like the base value of attack that character has, it will not count for Firebox, it will not count for All Blades, it will not count for anything else. Or at the very least, this has been the case for everything that increased attack so far in the game. And the defense buff is also good, but I'm not particularly interested into it. Like, 49 says scores are going to be good and all that stuff, but for Raisin Stories, it's actually going to make you harder stack up the first buff because it will make you take less damage. But yeah, not sure this will be good, but I'm really hoping some people will make this useful. Because so far, a little bit of a spoiler, this is by far the most interesting thing about her and more or less the only interesting thing. Next we have the plus dodge resistance. And by the way, it's only for Wonder Woman. It's only for Wonder Woman. Her team does not get dodge resistance, so this is actually far worse than the Firestorm passive. I don't even know why they slapped this passive in there. Like, if you need dodge resistance, just put it on. Like, don't get me wrong, it's good. It's better than if it wouldn't have been here, but I simply don't get this point of this passive. This is just lazy. Next up is going to be the offensive guard. Diana has a chance to increase the team's combo meter. when she successfully blocks an incoming attack. Yet again, it only applies to her, and you'll get your combo increased by 3 each time you block a basic attack. And that's pretty much how you're going to increase it by 3, because you usually in this game, if you block more than one basic attack, you're not going to be in a good situation. Because in this game, the enemy is going to have a swipe down attack, and the swipe down attack is going to break your block, and the enemy is going to use the swipe down attack after the first, after the third, or after the fourth hit. But usually, how the gameplay works in this game is that you never get hit, in an ideal situation of course, by more than one basic attack from the enemy. So this will give you 3 on the combo meter. That's totally useless. Like, when I see stuff like this, I start to realize that the people who make those characters don't play the game, or at the very least don't play it properly. Like, this is just dumb. I'm sorry, but it's just dumb. The game is not supposed to be played that way. If you're going to get hit by more than a few basic attacks in most scenarios, then you are doing something wrong. But yeah, those were the passives. The passive 2 and passive 3, like, for honestly, it would have been literally no difference in terms of her usability, I guess, and in terms of her, let's say, role-playing perspective as a character. If she didn't have those two, I wouldn't have really minded. I don't think they really bring much, but the special one is definitely interesting, definitely something to look forward to. Now getting into the special abilities. First special is going to be a True Strike. This is going to deal some damage, of course, and the enemy is going to gain a Sunder debuff for 15 seconds. It's going to make all the incoming basic attacks destroy shields. So the only things that I think about shields is like the, let's say, silver-green lantern shield, and at the same time the dark side shield. Really wondering if this works for defense increases. Really wonder if they count that as a shield, or if they count like a Trustus Reflect as a shield. What they could count as a shield as well, it's like the Cosmic Staff passive. But yeah, the only interesting thing about this is like figuring out what they think is a shield in the game. But other than that, yeah, it's going to be useful in Arena NCA. Don't get me wrong, but if it doesn't break like Green Lantern defense increase, then I really don't see any use for it in raids and soul raids. But yeah, I guess you could beat Darkseid easier, but you don't need this to beat Darkseid. Let me get that straight. But the thing is that she's going to give armor piercing on basic attacks, and I guess that's the better part of this ability, I guess. Though I still don't know how this will be implemented in the situation of having a team. Next up, we're going to have the special 2, which is going to be called Whiplash. The Wonder Woman pulls the most wounded opponent into combat and strikes them with a devastating blow. Yeah, blocks and interruptions might be ineffective. So, this is going to be kind of useful if it's going to be effective against Darkseid in soul raids and against Last of the Joker. But I'm not sure it's going to work, because sometimes, like they did with the Martian Manhunter Special 1, that wouldn't allow the opponent to tag out. They still tag out if they want to tag out, but it remains to be seen. Like, if this is useful against Last of the Joker, well, good to you. At the very least, you gave her a use for the people that are going to get her, but not buy her gears, because they most likely will not be able to get them any other way. But yeah, I guess it's good. It's definitely good for Arena NCA. I always get annoyed when an opponent tags out with borderline 0 health, but I don't really see much of a use in raids and soul raids unless it works on those specific bosses. Then the special 3. So, first of all, I was a little bit wrong in the last video about this. This can be used if you don't interrupt the opponent's specials, because it says he can interrupt the opponent's special, but it doesn't say it has to interrupt opponent's special. So this is going to be about pretty much a special 3 that's going to deal some damage. It remains to be seen how high her damage multiplier is on this. And then you can interrupt opponent's special. I guess this is useful, but again, it's not something that is going to be amazing or something that I really look forward about this character. Like, yes, this is a character that will be amazing in Arena NCA. No denying that. Would go as far as to say that this is maybe the best character for Arena NCA. Granted, you use Firebox on all characters, I guess. That would be very OP. But yeah, a very interesting and a very good character for Arena NCA. But for raids and soul raids, other than the first passive, I'm not very optimistic. Though really looking forward to see how that first passive works, how it plays out. But yeah, with all that being said, those were the abilities of the legendary Wonder Woman. Well, I think I called her Mythic Wonder Woman a few times, but yeah, that's too late for that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about her in the comments. Let's say I'm neutral about this. Like that first passive gave me a little bit of hope, but overall I'm not very happy how they did this character. I think the second and the third passive are just too lazy, but that's just my opinion. Let me know your opinion down in the comments. And with all that being said, I'll hopefully see you all in the next one. Goodbye!